طلعنا ناخذهم مشوار بالترين على الرياق كسدورة. حضرنا الزهبة القهوة والبزورات ونزلنا على السكة على المحطة. نطرنا ترين ترموا بيجي 2:15. نطرنا قطعت 2:15. أي سنة؟ سنة 75. سنة 75. ما اجى الترين وبعده لحد هلا ما اجى.
This lady was waiting for the train at 2:15 in the afternoon with her brother who's visiting her from Germany with his family. She wanted to take them for a picnic trip and she waited there. They all were waiting and they were waiting. The train never arrived. That was the day the train stopped in Lebanon.
The train stopped in Lebanon. Imagine you were there on the day that the train stopped.
She was exactly there at this station. Do you know where that is?
Does anybody know? This is Saufar. Saufar is on the line between Beirut and the Bekaa and onto Damascus. It's the line that was completed during the Ottoman Empire in 1895, linking the Mediterranean to the Syrian hinterland. Somewhat later, in 1902, there was a line that connected the Bekaa, Rayak, to Homs. Then, in 1911, there was a line connecting Tripoli to Homs. So what we see now is Lebanon linked with Syria. What happens then, the war ends, World War I, Lebanon becomes part of the French Mandate. The French then become part of what later became Nazi Germany's world empire. The British come from Palestine, from the British Mandate. In 1941, they build a line off from Tripoli to Haifa, thus connecting Lebanon to Egypt. So what we see now is a large international network of railroad grids. You'll see the map outside later on. This is Lebanon in the mid-40s.
This made it possible to take a train trip from Paris to Alexandria and back from Egypt to France across the Middle East.
But this isn't here anymore. What happened? Where did it go?
War happened. At times of war, the infrastructure of railways were a major target. So, they were not destroyed during wars. Only main stations and connections were interrupted. You only needed to have one blockage somewhere along the line to interrupt it all. And the first major blockage happened with the blowing up of the tunnels in Nakura in the late 1940s. This disconnection stopped the line going to Egypt. And so in the 1960s, during the golden era of Lebanon, all the Egyptians who got used to coming to Saufar to spend the summer at this same train station, they had to take the boat now to Beirut, get off the boat, get on the train, and up to Saufar, to the train station we saw before, to spend the summer there. But later on, during the Civil War, there were blockages on the Lebanese network everywhere. These blockages, they destroyed the continuity of the railways. And when we lost this continuity, they failed. Railways stopped, and we never had them again, maybe?
Continuity, what is that exactly? Continuity is like, you all know it. At home, you have an electrical wire system, and then all of a sudden, it goes black. Does that mean that the wires disappear? Is your apartment disappearing? No, it's still there, but there's a blockage. And the blockage prevents the electricity from flowing. The same thing happens with the railroad. When you break the continuity, the railroad stops working. The first casualty of war is the truth. The big lie is that we don't have trains. The truth is there are blockages in the continuity and they can be removed.
In fact, after the war, these blockages on the coastal line connecting Beirut to Tripoli, they were removed, and the Beirut-Tripoli railway was operating again until 1993, connecting Beirut to Tripoli, connecting the two cities, and it kept operating for 4 more years, connecting Beirut to the cement factories in Shibka. Now think about this for a moment. Imagine today having just a cargo rail on our coast and getting off hundreds of trucks off our roads every day. What big of a relief that would be to each and every one of us.
And we really all know what it's like to be behind one of those trucks. Especially one of those huge cement trucks that's gradually driving up the highway, up the hill, and we're stuck behind it, especially when a truck passes a truck. So why is that not happening? Why are these blockages that are stopping the continuity not being removed? Because there are certain people at the top who run this country who have no interest in people being able to move freely from the north to the south, from the coast to the Bekaa and back.
Yes, and these people, we know who they are. These are the current corrupt sectarian leaders. They did not want us to connect as Lebanese. They did not want the different regions to connect, and they were also, most importantly, not interested on the level of governance in 2 main aspects for the operation of railways. Railways require a high level of discipline, and they require rule of law. Trains are precise, they have a schedule, and they arrive on time. And as we say in Arabic, الترين بيمشي على الخط ما بيروح شمال يمين. It's disciplined. It is so disciplined, it becomes more of a clock tower. It's regulating our daily lives, and this is something we've had before. Let's listen to this lady talking about her experience.
قلنا احنا هيدا الترين اجى هلا ترم الظهر، بس كنا نعرف انه يطلعوا الشغيله كلهم من هون على جمهور تيطلعوا بالترين على الشغل على الجبل. يعني كان له ترم على الساعة الفلانية مثلا يغلق بالطلعة وعلى الساعة ينزل بالنزلة. يعني كان له ترم وفي ركاب خصوصي يطلعوا ينزلوا معه.
We at Train NGO are dedicated to rule of law. We're dedicated to accountability and transparency. We know the trains can come back. Now people will say that's a dream, that's a pipe dream, that's never going to happen. But may I quote Mahatma Gandhi, who said, when you have a dream like this, first of all, people are going to ignore you. Then they're going to laugh at you. Then they're going to fight you, and then you win. At the moment, they're fighting us. So we're almost there. All we need is you. We can have this. This can come back. The financing is there. Technically, it's possible. The feasibility studies have been carried out. We just have to believe it's possible. We need to fight for this now.
Okay. I will prove this to you. We're going to have a look at one very specific example. We all know this really hideous motorway connecting Ashrafiyya to Burj Hamoud, the one sticking to the buildings. This one, bridge, it's built by the government, of course. It's interrupting one main railway connection within Beirut. It's just built on the rail. It's the railway connection connecting Mrad train station to the NBT Central train station, as you can see in the map. It's the red link within Beirut, and this highway is just interrupting it. But this big problem has already a solution, and it even has 2 solution options. We can either elevate the whole section on a bridge, or we can lower it into a tunnel. And this would be the intersection with the existing bridge. And if we would choose the elevated bridge option, we would end up having, as you see in the bottom corner, we would end up having a train station, passenger train station in Sioufi, in Ashrafiyeh. But this is not just a single solution for this blockage that is breaking the continuity of the Beirut-Tripoli railway. This comes within a package. It's a package of solutions elaborated for the Lebanese government and presented to them in 2012. They already have it. This was elaborated by the international French railway company, Aegis Rail, and it's proposing solutions for the rehabilitation of railway, of the Beirut-Tabarja railway, and removing all the blockages and fixing all the problems along this part. And as we speak now, this same study is being developed further all the way to Tripoli. And soon enough, we're gonna have one solution package, or one package of solutions for all these blockages that we've been speaking about, in a way to rehabilitate railways and have them back up and running real soon between Beirut to Tripoli, as a first step to rehabilitating railways all over Lebanon.
Now, imagine you're there on the day the trains come back.